quickly try to make this recording. As Shibu told, and I want to say that to you too. We're trying to make this recording without any interference. We know that but soon I'm to leave for the Middle East. I'm to leave for Shavuot, and as soon as it's time, and of course the bad people are trying to keep me and keep us from being together and trying to keep me from leaving the bad people. And we have to help the good people so that the bad people are gone and never bother the good people again. Basically, said they're being arrested, so we just want to let you know that too. I told you our beloved Rothschild family and my beloved community, and I were helping to they're helping us to arrest them. They said the bad people that tried to hurt us all. I said, just want to tell you that too. They're arresting the bad people that did things. It's really quite criminal. Like today, we're having Shabbat, and I try to have Shabbat the best I can. I don't, the bad people are really disgusting. I have to come way out here to try to go to the bathroom. They don't want me to go to the bathroom. They're really sick. They think that they can actually do all those things to people. It's really wrong. And we know they treated our people like that in World War II, and all these other wars too. They treated our people like that. So they're really disgusting and sick. And basically, which like that too. I'm at the manor. I'm trying to walk out of the manor and up the street. These two whore women, okay, obviously bad USA people, she tried to block the street to keep me from walking. I said, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. I kept saying this. She didn't move. And I said, excuse me, harlot, use the other word. And then she moved. And then when I moved, she pushed me. It was two of them. Said, and I could see her skin was really dirty. Said, and they're not young. They did a lot of things to people. Said, we're 2022, so really quite wrong. Said, and then some so-called homeless man, not from here, starts to defend them, and they all start to try to attack me. Said, some people that they have stationed that can't do anything. Said, and they leave. It's really quite criminal. So other people with us and other people saw them try to run into the manor when the man started chasing me. Said, but man had a whole bunch of stuff on his cart. It's not right. I come out here. I thought man told me no, wait till the they leave. Business said, and then you can go onto the other side like that. Business said, or wait till they the other, and so those crooked guards that were bothering me in the train station, they changed. They came out here. Don't come back here. Blah blah blah. I said, I have a flight. One day I'll be leaving. I go, and you're not going to keep me from leaving. Because I said, and then they should have never said I wasn't, should never thought I wasn't who I said I am. Because I said, I kind of like, from the Rothschilds family and Shavit family, they're just really quite criminal, because there's some criminals, they let criminals in, and they tried to help the criminals to try to do things to people. Now, I have been having visions, basically said, and we know, basically said that this is probably what happened. The women that are attacked, basically said, and then the man, this is what I see. I see that the bad people try to invade. They stalk and they kill. If you find dead bodies and don't know what happens, most of the people that are attacking. And if you can't find anybody, you probably ate them. So we just want to tell you that too. It's people invading people, that they come and they do stuff like that. Because they're mad because they can't get. Because we know during our kid production, we saw them eating human flesh. The same people doing bad things. When I was attacked in Athens, the man with the power saw, and he wasn't from Athens, and he wished he could just kill me and get away with it. Well, he had to kill a congregational member, cause his death. Me and my beloved community were little kids. He was with his father, but he pretended to lie about he pretended he was younger, but he wasn't. But he was caught when he came back. I saw the man cut my leg and stick my artery, what he cut from my leg in his mouth. So we took each other too, and there were two other witnesses that saw. There was a guard that saw, and there was a man from India. He saw. He always came to pick up stuff at the building. They used to sit and just what happened. And it's like a time delay reaction when they do things like that. He just he was cutting metal, and he did that. So remember when you saw those pins on my leg in the Facebook, because I'm doing that too. And when I got to the hospital, the doctor said that you never thought you were a world leader, but they said, and they should, and when I got and I tried to walk out of the ambulance, the woman said no. She said, get in the chair, and because it took like a long time to get there, she said, you should have been dead like that. What happened? There were witnesses. It was in the daytime when they did that. Then when the man was being arrested, he was at one of our grocery stores. We own grocery stores there too. He was buying all meat. So we just linked to that too. So they're criminal like that, and basically we just want to tell that. So they're trying to do bad things. Bad people trying to hurt us all. Now the people that have, I told you that my husband was. Everybody knows when you're Jewish, your husband gets you a marriage contract. My marriage contract, my husband and I, we married to the fraternity. Everybody with us did the same thing. That wanted to do that or found their mates. They said, and everybody with us will have that. Everybody that is fraternity, they'll have their mate fraternity. This is beautiful. So make a long story short. So in the contract, my husband, if I'm kidnapped, I'm supposed to be ransomed. And so you can ask you can read it, you can look about it, look up about it. That means he's supposed to rescue me, because they kept threatening to try to kidnap and kill us. And when they tried to kidnap and kill us, they kidnapped here. When they were trying to rescue me, they abducted his mother, his father, and him, and tried to kill them. And they tried to finish me off. They tried to kill me too, because they said they tried to finish us off. Because they said, and they attacked us, and the Hitler called them pals people, and bad USA people, and just invaders. Because they said, so we're doing to that too. And all over where the kidnappers were taking me different places. It took me to the World Bank, and they demanded things. They made phone calls, and they demanded a property that's not there. They wanted the West Bank, they wanted Israel, they wanted all of our things. They wanted Switzerland, they wanted everything, all of our kingdom. The kidnappers, and they kept that phone. So I got one of the things I got to see when we were arresting the kidnappers and catching them. Basically, said same old type phone. But I remember they kept me drugged most of the time. Even here, like when those crooked cops were put in place, basically said, and I was at the hospital, and the nurse, I remember saying to me, she said, because they were trying to help steal things with those crooked people in the postal service that were involved in kidnapping abduction and that weren't from here. she The woman said to me, the nurse said to me, she said, they brought you here to try to finish you off. You can't stay here. I remember her saying that to me. They had planned to they gave me some kind of drug that was really bad. Because I said, and so, but they were going to try to do that, and they were caught. Because I said, we own the hospital systems, and we own, because we don't want people to try to kill us like they killed us in World War II. And even though they were trying to take over the hug, but it was there, the crooked homosexual cop that said he was proud that he was a homosexual, and they were killed. They were screaming and hollering and saying they were going to kill me on their There's three of them that took pre-snuff films, obviously, on their smartphones. So I just wanted to do that too. And then they all acted up when they got me to the station, and then they drove me there themselves, because they knew that no ambulance would do that. We own the ambulance system, and blah blah blah. We buy them ambulances, things like that. We try to help the people in our kingdom. So they were just being funny, and they probably gonna try to do it in a car, because they were beating on things. They didn't seem normal. But since we're doing it to the two, so now out here they're trying to do things. The crooks trying to do things. I don't want to hear from these crooks. They're trying to escape. We don't want them. Basically, this is it. So there's somebody whispering from behind me, and it's incorrect. These people are going to be cleaned from here. It's just that they're not to be. So, so my beloved, he told me to make sure I tell you that the women are murdering whores, and their men are the same. Now, judge the vision I'm having. The vision I'm having that if there's dead bodies that are found, and they can't find who's doing it, it's the people that are attacking. They're doing that. If there's people that are missing, there's people that they're attacking, and they most likely eat them. Because God said they came to try to kill us and try to eat us like everybody else. They're not from here, not from their things. But they're not Swiss. They're not from any, not from the Middle East. They're not from any of the things that we have. They're just really criminal. Because they're the Amalekite people that tried to kill us and try to take our things. Now we'll talk a little bit about the video. The video, we inherited that palace. It was an old palace, okay, and it goes back to the Mughal dynasty, but it was really in disrepair. So there's no way that we could have fixed it up. Like most of it would be parts of it that would be dated back to the Mughal dynasty, but it was really really quite old. And we had our penning ceremony. It's a Jewish custom. And we would show one of our Jewish customs, where if your husband pins you to the mattress, it's like really good. But it's after your huppah. It's after all of that. But it's not before. But it's doing each other too. So excuse me, my beloved SHABBY, and I had did it. We had done our pinning ceremony, and another home. We inherited that palace. We had it there too. But those are our relatives, and they're Jewish, and they were made to us for eternity. And somebody said, and so he said he's not pinning any person. He doesn't know to any matches. People are crazy. It's this really special ceremony. Because it said, you see, she wore wedding bracelets. I wear marriage bracelets. So it's really, and you don't know if it's going to come, and if it's a good thing, your husband comes. I was married for eternity, so it would have been. My husband loves me very much. Your husband loves you if he does that. If it says, he would want to let you know that too. There was a woman who was worried. She had her huppah, and she said she went to the rabbi and said, my husband hasn't done that, but her husband was just trying to make sure, that she understood it's quite serious. So and he really did pin her to the mattress. But so it's really quite beautiful. Mom kept saying, when it was happening, I was waiting for it, and I know it's a special thing. And so just make sure you go to we're kids already met each other, just make sure you go to the bathroom every night, blah blah, said. And I wear long gowns, I've always worn long clothes, as I said. And so I was pent to the mattress. And because you pin the mattress, go to the bathroom, you're not gonna make it in time, you wake up early in the morning. So basically it's quite beautiful. And so we wanted to tell you that that's what it is. It's a Jewish ceremony, a Jewish custom for marriage after you've had your huppah. As I said, not before, after. And so they slept like that in the mattress, just showed that, my husband slept like that as little kids, because, so face to face, because little kids kick in their sleep and everything. So we just want to tell you that too. We already met each other. So basically, want to tell you that too. So we had our ceremony. Everyone to put so when we show, we'll put this in the video and show. So they're majors of our turned relatives. But what happened to them was, okay, we told you that the palace was in disrepair, and so we stayed a little bit extra days after the filming. And but we slept in a room. We liked it, but our two relatives came and said, you get out of the room. You need to get out of the room like that. And we're like, just get out of the room like that. They went inside and it collapsed on them. And he talked to us a little bit. She was out. They died. Persisted. And so everybody was really upset, because everybody was, when we saw the past, like, it's really like in bad shape, but the Mughal dynasty was really a long time ago. Persisted. And they were trying to keep us from being hurt. They were our relatives, and they were guards, and they showed us around. But basically, and they were quite beautiful, and that's what happened, because they had us. We were in the room and we were sleeping on the bed, and it's like, on the bed, and we're in the room, and it's like, you need to get out of here. Basically, said, like, why? We just want to be in this room, and it's not what happened. And they turned us, and the room collapsed. And they talked to us for a few, until a little bit. He talked to us, and she was out. I think she might have moaned a little bit. And basically said, so that's what happened. And everybody was really, really upset, because nobody, well, parts of the palace were saved. The man who brought us up, that we inherited, that we had inherited and told us about it, they wanted us to make it beautiful again. But we think that maybe somebody, people that tried to hurt us all may have done something, because the people said they knew that some of the palace part was safe. You see the stairs? Okay, well, she could run up the stairs. We could run up and down the stairs. You see that, all right? So to that too. But they loved us very much. They were our relatives. And if you look at one part, we're going to show you if we can. You see my big face photoshopped in hers. All this was already done before, when that happened. The video was finished and everything. And then they photoshopped my beloved Kafif's face, and our male relative. If you look just a brief minute, okay. So basically said, and you can see my big face will show. They did it like this, so you could see us. Basically said, because it was our ceremony with the king and queen, and those were our relatives. My birth father was a Maharaja of India. Basically said, and so my beloved Kafif should be some mother's brother. My husband's birth mother's brother. She was born a Rothschild. So she married her first cousin, who was a Shavit. So that's how we do things. So everybody was crying when that happened. And because we had first said, well, we'll just, film it, and maybe it'll just stand. But now we wanted to renovate it. And so, well, maybe we could renovate the whole thing, because we talked to the man, and the man said, well, most of it probably wouldn't be authentic, but we could have, it was not going to be authentic, because it really was a disrepair of the Mughal dynasty, what happened. And so we just, they tried to hide the money, basically their money, and because people kept bothering them, basically said, you see how richly it's done. So basically said, and so because that's really what happened. And so, to make a long story short, everybody's real upset because of her. And he talked to us, our relative, and she moaned. And so they, they speak to us, and told us some, and he told us what happened. They just didn't want us to be hurt. And basically that's it. And they were glad that they did the video, but it's how they pulled us out of the room. Get out of the room like that. And when it then it collapsed like that. And so we just wanted to tell you that. And so we make the palace the way that everybody wanted it, and basically said, and that's what happened. And so now other things we wanted to tell to you. And we'll talk to you soon as we can about other things. But the bad people that tried us all did terrible things, even for that palace. We showed you the palace, excuse me, in the Facebook, the front part, up on a hill, and showed you parts of it, the inside. Remember the Facebook you used to see? you didn't see that anymore, and then and but we still have the Facebook because it's still us. You just don't see it, and then we have this Facebook that you see. But parts of that palace and parts of the area were in the Facebook. So we go back. We're related to the Gandhi family, or Sanjay Gandhi, the bad people killed. He didn't do all those things that people said. Because they said, and the bad people said attack him were trying to kill the female babies off so they could try to bring their ugliest women in. You see that are nothing. They kill. Man said they're all murdering. They're murdering whores and the most wickedest things we ever saw, and their men are the same. Because it's together too to try to hurt us all. So that's what happened, and we helped we helped to find out what happened because it happened the same time that the baby that you read about that somebody told that was dead in the Israel part of our kingdom. But when the family would go pick it up, the baby was still breathing in a cooler. So at the same time, and that's how they were killing these nasty, dirty, funky, whore, dirty women, along with their dirty nigger men, because they're nigger women too. It's not a color. They came to try to kill, try to take our things. We're doing things. That's how we help. We found, discovered, because he didn't know what was happening, but he knew that something was happening to the females, and part of his home, and that's part of our kingdom. Basically, and so we discovered that a long time ago. And so basically said, and the kidnappers killed Sanjay because I know that they had to have done it. I had to remember him. He came to rescue me because the kidnappers were drugging me, and he gave me a piece of paper with his name on it. The kidnapper, Dr. Kaburna, snatched the paper from me when Sanjay left. It was in the airport. He was trying to rescue me, and then later we saw that I saw that but I didn't remember anything that Sanjay. They made it look like it was a plane accident, but we know that because the Indian part of our home knows that because we know that we said, well, Sanjay was murdered because he was trying to rescue me. It had to be people trying to hurt us all. Because I said so. And that's all I wanted to say to you. Now, we'll talk to you as soon as we can. And try to be careful. So we have many beautiful ceremonies, but that's a beautiful ceremony. And basically, said we want everybody wanted to show you a Jewish part of our marriage custom. And if you're married to your husband for all eternity, that's how you get that. Basically, said. So we just want to tell you that too, because nobody's doing. It's a beautiful thing. And so they're married to other for all eternity, and they'll come back. We know they'll come back. So basically, sit. And so we just want. It's a life cycle that's not broken. Your life is a circle, and if it's broken, it's a flat line. You did something real bad, and you're not coming back to live for eternity. If it's a circle, you remain. Basically, sit, and you come again. So basically, sit, and then one time you come, you stay forever. So that it's obvious they risked their life when they pushed us out of the room, and it collapsed. So we just want to tell you that they're like bodyguards, guards, and our family members, and they were Jewish. So we just want to tell you that too, and so because there are Jews that are Indian, so basically said, and they were our relatives. Oh, also, Bandar. Okay, our Prince Abdul Nasik, Prince Bandar. Okay, he wasn't the son of a slave. Okay, you can't get a baby from a slave. That's going to be a royal. Because his mother was a royal Egyptian, and so so we wanted to tell you that, and she was also Jewish from basic understanding because the Saudi royal family is Jewish. Basically, so we just need that too. And he was in line, but he died a long time ago. They made it like a traffic accident. I can remember. I could just still see it. The car was by their houses. The car and his wife and the babies were his babies that he bore by his wife were in the car. Basically, and they all died. It happened a long time ago. But Prince Bandar was he was offspring of a royal Egyptian who was Jewish. And King Yark of Egypt is on the lap of one of the kings of Saudi Arabia. We have a picture, and basically said so. That's one way we can show you. He's wearing his kippah and kufi on his head, but it's King Yark of Egypt. And so Bandar's Prince Bandar, Abadan Prince Bandar's mother, from what I understand, and from what we understand, and from what we know, she was a royal Egyptian and a princess and a Jew. Because that's it. So we just want to share that too. You can't get babies from a slave that's going to be a prince or marry a princess. Even like way back in our Tanakh, a handmaiden, a lady is a lady. Because that's a royal. Basically it. So we just want to let you know that too when the tribes came. So basically it. So that's the only way that could be done. They had a title. Basically it. So we just want to, you can't get a royal from a non-royal. So that's what we want you to understand too. And also something else I wanted to say to you. We just know that. Oh, we saw a video the other day, and that's why I brought it up about Abdul the Sikh Prince Bandar. That the fact is that they tried to tell a lie. They tried to tell a lie on Israel and tried to tell a lie on us. The black people you see attacking along with the white goy people with them. The goys trying to say that we didn't like black people, and it's not true. We like our own. We don't like the bad people trying to hurt us because they're really quite criminal. They tell us lies. And so, and then I remember that we were supposed to tell that Prince Bandar's mother who she really was, because that's it. So we just wanted to let you know that too. And okay, so and they told all those lies on us, basically said, and they had the nerve to put it in a video. You know, when the Rwanda royal family was hurt, and they had to find a place to be, we had to take them someplace to safety. We took some to Israel for safety. That's where we saw the memorial, and some went to Saudi. And you see parts of our public Saudi wedding. Me and my beloved keep up SHABTAI SHABBY, and you see some of those princes there. And you also see we have the swords and stuff and everything at our public wedding in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, me and my beloved were really little kids. We had lots of marriage ceremonies. Me and my beloved keep out SHABTAI SHABBY, and we showed you the one where it pinned to the mattress. It's quite intimate, as I said, and it's a Jewish custom. And you only get that if you're married to for eternity. Okay, so we just want to tell you that. I want to tell you all these things today. It's Shavuot Tov, and it's the first day of the work week. I want you to be most careful, safe, and alert, everybody. And it's Pesach Sheni, from what the rabbis have tried to tell us when they put that information up on the site a few weeks ago. So we're having Pesach Sheni, and it's Hag Zameya, because the party does go on. But that's it, and it's simultaneously, in each section of our very large kingdom has Independence Day, and it's independence, freedom, and from the devil. Shaitan Gadol, the big devil, because the devil goes and the devil doesn't hurt us anymore. Doesn't hurt me and my beloved King Street, and for our family, because of super people, our beautiful our kingdom, our village kingdom, that's forever and ever, never destroy people, and never transform the people. And the devil doesn't hurt our God. The devil can never hurt our God, but he really makes our God mad, and it doesn't hurt the holy angels. Angels that find themselves up. That's the devil can never do that, because they're to thwart the devil. But that's it. And so, the devil doesn't cause any problems anymore. And we're all happy, our whole entire very large kingdom, and we're praising our God for the thanking of this, and the giving of everlasting life and the resurrection that will be, and our people and is being, and our people come back and live for eternity. And we're thanking our God that our God loves us and wants us to be. You know, I'm going to do everything that our beloved God, we're going to do everything our beloved God alone says to do. And people hear me, because the people are really, what can I say? They think they did all these bad things. I ask our beloved God alone to get rid of all the bad people try to hurt us all, and all the wicked things and all the dirty things that try to pollute the universe. We're the good people. Me and my beloved our family considered good people. The beautiful animals of the kingdom, they're good, and are very beautiful and very large kingdom, blessed forever and destroyed. And people as we live for eternity. And our beloved God alone is awesome, and says, "Like angels that fall." Many of the God alone, they're good, and they came to help me and my beloved Street. Our family considered simple people, and beautiful animals of the kingdom, and very large kingdom, blessed forever and ever, never destroyed. And our people, as we live for eternity, our people are hurt, come back and resurrect and live for eternity too. So we're still our beloved God alone. Our beloved God alone is awesome and good and wonderful. Our God is supreme. Our God is King of the universe. Our God is awesome. Okay, so now turn to careful, safe, alert, and we'll talk to you as soon as we can, okay? And Shavuot Tov, and Hag Zameya again.